Hello, hello, my friends. How are you? Happy Monday. And it is Cricut night. My AC is behind me, but it's not turned on because it gets really loud if I have it turned on. But it's the way I have the camera set up now, you don't get to see what I wanted you to see. You're seeing that corner, but that's okay. Hello, hello, hello. Ooh, Facebook says you're live. That's exciting. Let me know when you're here. I don't have my second computer, so I can't really see. Hey, Susan. We did not get that much rain. It's actually pouring right now. It's been raining since like 3 o'clock, but yesterday was like rain and nothing. So I'm glad we're ready though. If any tropical storm or hurricane comes along, we are prepared. We have our water. We are set. So good to know. Hey, Becky. All right. Well, welcome. Marion, hello. We are cricketing tonight. No, we're not shopping on HSN, but I'd love to hear what you got, if anybody got anything. I did not. Today's special value is the Maker 3, and I've really done my research. I'm not a smart material user. Now, if you're not sure what the smart materials are, those are the vinyls and the sticker material that Cricut has. It's Cricut materials that allow you to not use a mat. So there's like a long, I think 20 feet of vinyl so that you can make like long things without piecing, which, okay, that's cool. But I've never needed to do that. Yeah, Shannon, I have to tell you, that was kind of, I feel like that about everything. I have so much. I need to use it. Hey, Pat. So we're going to learn how to use it. So tonight I'm kind of doing a combo of things. My plan, let me bring you to where my plan is so that you can see. Oh, it is on Facebook. Okay, so hold on. Let me bring you there. Monday nights are going to be like this. Monday night we will be doing a project of some variety. It might have something to do with classes that I've offered this month. It might not. It might be just something that I thought was fun. But let me see if I can find where I can show it to you. I don't know why this is so complicated. Shouldn't be hard. Has this got the right one? Those of you that know, okay, let me bring you there. Exactly. I'm reading your comments. It does not do any more. Now, Marion, here's what it does. It uses, hey, Jeannie, if you are using the smart material, it will cut faster. But it doesn't cut faster with a mat and regular, our stuff, what we already have. So again, if you're going to be using the smart materials and that's your thing, then that's great. I have not used them on the bigger machines. I used them with the Joy when it first came out, and actually Lana has them because I didn't like them. I said, here, you use these. I sent them to her and said, you try them. I can't make these work. And I find that vinyl is too thick. It's tough to work with. You have to burnish a lot. I just didn't, personally, I was not a fan. Lana's craft room is now into the living room, and it's getting colder, Lana, so you're not going anywhere. You're going to just stay in the living room. We are heading into the craft cocoon. I feel like that butterfly. Yeah, I like mats. I just don't have, so that's what the difference is. On both the Maker 3 and the the Explorer 3 is that they can cut smart materials like the Joy. Yeah, they didn't make it any format bigger. They didn't, it doesn't have extra new anything. It really doesn't. That's what it does. I think their goal is to sell supplies. They have said for years they don't make a lot of profit margin on the machines. They make their money on their supplies. So that's what they're trying to, that's where they want to sell. And, they're a company and it's their job to make money, and I get it. I stay next to the wood stove. That's cool. but I don't need to help them, you know. I don't work for them. I work for me. So, and I love it. In case anybody hasn't noticed, I am a happier girl in the last few weeks. Once I made the commitment to say, be true to yourself, know who you are, and stop this craziness, I'm a happier person. Anywho, so let's see this little green thing, and I'll get it popping up more and more places, and of course it's going to change September 1st. It'll be a different color, but it's still going to be the same thing. So Monday nights will be Facebook Live. Tomorrow, I am going to do in all my Facebook groups, and there's a bazillion of them, how can I help you? Post your Design Space questions. I am here to help. I will answer your questions. I used to, back in the day, say, no, you have to take a class from me. But I've come to decide that if I help you, you will want to do project classes with me, and I'm going to do project classes. I will still have my basic how-tos, and they'll be open all the time. But in the past, everyone was getting new machines all the time and didn't know what to do. Most of us that are still following Cricut kind of know what to do, but we don't know what to make. So we'll be making things. Jeannie says her craft room is excluded into the whole house. 6-month redo has gotten most of the stuff into the craft room, but there's still some in the family room, shelves in the guest room, and even in the bedroom. I know that feeling, I sure do. I've tried to keep everything in this room, and if I can't fit it in this room, I decide that it's time to go. There will be some more purging. Those of you that are wondering, what is this girl doing? Because really what I have out right now is what I need. So Tuesday is, how can I help? I've been trying to make this project and I can't make it do. Send me a note. We'll walk through it in the Facebook group because it might help somebody else. If nobody has questions, woo, it's just a nice day. Wednesday is Joy Day. And we are going to do a Facebook Live on Wednesday night at 7 with the Joy, okay? Thursday night I've saved for classes. Any classes that I have open will always be on Thursday. I know it probably won't work for everyone, but I picked that night. And this is what's open currently. So the first one is this week, and it's this one. We're going to start at the very beginning, and we're going to, because I feel like we rush through this, and print and cut can be huge. So many things you can do with it. So we are going to understand how to use print and cut on Thursday night. Those classes come with a whisper. They'll be recorded, downloadable, all those things you always have. There'll be a couple of SVGs thrown in for good measure, and they'll be in Zoom. They will not be shared on Facebook. So the only way to get those is to enroll. Okay, so there's that. Then the following Thursday, which is September 2nd, we will do printable iron-on. And there's a list. I should add it to here. I'm just thinking. This is an inkjet printable iron-on from Expressions Vinyl. Cricut does have a printable vinyl. I will have both so that I can show you how they work, I hope. That's on the 2nd. And then there is, we're just going to do this one in, which is adding print then cut on the 9th for my simple using. That sounds awful, like I'm calling you a name. My simple scrapbook users that are using simples to scrapbook with, we're going to add print then cut to that. And then the last print then cut is we're going to take some artwork. Something either that you have done or that you love or that your grandchild or child has done, and we're going to figure out how to print then cut that. All right? Okay, so those are the classes I have going right now. And after this, we've got some vinyl ones coming, and they'll start to filter in over the next week or two. So tonight, let me bring you into Design Space. Oh, no, I need to take you one more place. Let's come back here. In case you missed it last week, everything is now at caramiller.com, which it doesn't always go back to that, but that, if you know caramiller.com, it gets you right here. And then everything flows from here. So classes, my blog, which is nowhere near as pretty as it used to be, but it's got info. It's here. The simple SVGs, my store is right here. So you don't have to remember 3 different places or go to 3 different sites. When you scroll down, you will see for right now, this may not stay free forever, you guys, so if you want it, grab it. It's what we're going to work with tonight. It's the Seagull Simple SVG. And when we get in there, you'll see what I mean by why it has anything to do with seagulls. You don't see a single picture of a seagull, do you? Nope. So then head into Design Space. And I'm going to start at the beginning in case I have saved it because I already uploaded it and tested it. If you're wondering, any of those simples, I have tested to be sure they look right in Design Space. I don't promise that I've cut every single thing. I promise that I've tested it, brought it into Design Space. It opens the way it's supposed to. The layers are right. Any of my simple SVGs, that will happen to. Remember, they're called simples because, well, it has to do with the way we scrapbook them, but it also has to do with the way you download them. I make sure mine are small enough that you don't need to download, unzip, figure out where you put it, all those things. All you need to do is download it and remember where you saved it. That really is enough. That's enough for us today to remember. So come on in. You're going to upload. I remember where I put it. I already have them in here. Oh, and to complicate my life a little bit, I'm working on 2 different computers again. It's always fun. The one that I'm sharing with you is a PC because I needed a bigger screen, and my laptop is a Mac because I like it. But I needed a bigger screen to be able to do Zooms and Design Space and share with you and all those things. So we're going to add this one and this one to our project. Those you will see when you download that free SVG, there's 2 files in it. One is a simple, and one is this crazy thing I'm telling you about the seagulls. I don't know if any of you are a Renovation Island fan. I love Renovation Island on HGTV. It's my dream that I would have loved to have done something like that in a younger day. It's a couple, the Baumlers from Canada, who bought a totally dilapidated resort in the Bahamas, and they're fixing it up. She's the designer, and it has to be perfect and gorgeous and beautiful, and he's the construction guy. But anyway, so she was, again, giving him a hard time, and he said, I don't care what we do. I don't care it was on last night's episode. If you want to go back and see it, he will say it way better than I did. But basically it was like, just leave me alone. And he said, I want the seagulls to leave my French fries alone for 5 minutes. And it hit me, and it struck me as how I have been feeling a lot lately. And so it's made its way into a scrapbook layout. It might go on a card front. It might go on the wall behind me. I'm not sure yet. And I'll show you how we can do all of that. But I decided to share it with you because I just liked it, and there wasn't room to write Brian Baumler underneath it. So just know this is Brian's, and I've not seen it anywhere else. So I think it's probably something he just said, and it came natural. Anywho, so let's see how this looks. So those of you who've never seen a simple before, a simple goes on a scrapbook layout, and I am asking my simple scrapbookers to please share some. Share some of your layouts so people can see how you're using those. I share mine all the time, but then it's just my kids. My kiddos. They are something, but yeah. They are designed to always cut out of a 12 by 12. You can't cut these with a joy. And I'm describing them, and I think this makes the most sense. They're basically sketches and photo mats combined. They're designed to set up your page for you and to give you mats to put your photos on. When I first did these, they tended to take up the whole page and everything was simple. Now I'm kind of leaving space for other things so that you can use a pattern paper or use a super cool embellishment that might be an Embelly SVG, something that you purchased, that you'll have room for those, and titles and all those things. So let's bring in a shape so you can see what it looks like. And this shape can't be cut with the Cricut because it's going to be too big. It's going to be the 12 by 12 piece of paper that I'm going to put as my background for my layout. And I'm just going to go with a light blue because it will look prettier than the gray. And notice it's on top of everything. It's also on top of my layers panel over here. Let me just be brave. No. Sometimes the theory was you could rearrange things this way. Oh, you can only do one at a time. Looky there. You can drag it down. Golly, Cricut, sometimes you just amaze me. If Years doesn't want to do that, oh, I'm on the desktop version. As soon as I get the share my screen option to work, which isn't working right now, I'll use the app too so that you can see that in some Monday nights, but I'll tell you when I'm going to use the app. Personally, I prefer designing on the screen and then cutting with my iPad or my iPhone, but you can use the Android app too, but I have a hard time designing on it. I guess I have old eyes. So if that didn't work and the dragging it down and moving it back to the bottom of the layers panel didn't work, you simply come up here to arrange and tell it send to the back. But since it worked and we're good, you might be taking note of this caution sign over here and thinking that it means something really bad. What it means is if you click on it, it'll tell you the image is too big. I knew that, right? I just need it to help me see it. I want to see it on the screen. So when I get all ready and I'm going to cut, I'm just going to turn this off and then I'm not going to actually cut it. All right, so there's that. This is my sentiment. Yeah, hey Tammy, I need to see what I'm doing. So we have this, which maybe we need, maybe we don't, and we have this. Now I will tell you right now, if you try and cut this font out, it's really skinny. It's really annoying. It's going to be really stinky to try and get to stick down. But oh, if you cut it out of vinyl, it's a dream. So if I want this to look really cool on my layout, I'm going to cut it out of vinyl. And I don't know that I'm going to put it on a backer. I'm probably not. The reason I gave you this shadow offset layer was so that if you didn't want to cut vinyl or didn't have vinyl that went with what you were doing, you could come up here and change this from a basic cut to a draw layer. So now this is going to, right, doesn't look really any different, does it? And I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to attach, or select both and then attach. So then when I tell Cricut go ahead and make it, it's going to pop it over. Oh, sorry. I know. I'm really sorry. Doesn't that sound frightening? Your project is incompatible. Why doesn't it just say you have a layer that's too big? Goodness. Okay, so come over here and turn you off. Now say make it. I'm not incompatible anymore. And it's going to show me that this layer is going to write, then cut. And then I could glue that down to wherever I want, right? So that's one option. However, I want to try so I'm going to undo this and bring this back to where I am cutting it. All right, so now this is a cut layer. This is still super skinny, and it may not be the best to cut, but I want to do it with you so that we can try it out. So I'm not going to need this layer because I'm going to cut this out of vinyl. So I'm going to turn you off. I'm going to turn you off, and I am going to say make it. Now, I'll keep our fingers crossed. This worked earlier today. Now that would work if I wanted everything cut out of vinyl, but I don't. I want this out of paper. So how do I do that? Well, let's click on this and say move object. And I need a new mat because I want them on 2 different mats. I'm actually using white vinyl. And I'm going to bring you up here so I don't waste a whole bunch of vinyl. And I'm not doing it out of heat transfer. I'm doing out of just straight vinyl. You can use heat transfer vinyl and you can iron it onto paper. A little trickier, no fires needed, but you don't need to, and I find heat transfer is a little bit more expensive. Expressions vinyl is my store of choice just because I've always done it. I haven't found anything that's hugely less expensive. They are quick to get it to me. They offer you coupons and deals. I love their selection. It's kind of like paper. Once you find something you love, I tend to stick with it. I don't like experimenting. I get really frustrated when things don't cut the way I think they're supposed to cut. So I use Expressions. It works for me. I tend to use Oracle 651, which is an outdoor vinyl, most of the time. I have both, but that's what I have today. You don't have to, clearly. This is not going outside. Yeah, Pat, I just like them. They don't have drama. They just have good stuff. They have great information. Oh, I don't know if I can show you on this computer. I don't think I can. I have a chart that I copied. I thought, let me see. Is it going to show up? Let's just be brave. Is it going to show? Oh, it did. Looky there. Golly, Cricut. You're not even Cricut. That's the, we're going to go solo. This is a chart that Expressions Vinyl has, and I love it. You may have to zoom in to see it, but it tells you what settings to put your machine on for their stuff. They do. They have great videos about their product, which is awesome. So those are the settings that they've tested with their product, and you can see the names of them. You know, what they call, the mouse doesn't work up there, what they call it, and then what your setting is going to be. So they do, that chart's for the maker, the expression on the left, the maker on the right. I love that. I love that they stick to their machine. You know, they show you what to do. So we're going to cut this out of vinyl. We're going to say go ahead and continue. So I have also added their vinyl to my favorites in Design Space, and I have it right here under Premium Outdoor Vinyl. I know that that works for me. That is actually a Cricut setting, but it works for 651 as well. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm actually cutting this in the wrong order, but that's okay. You know what? I'm going to cancel it because I'm going to confuse myself. I'm going to confuse the thing. Let's stop freaking out. Let's go and do it the normal way. So that's going to be the simple. That's going to be cut from, I actually have a sheet of Designer Series paper, which I'm showing you, and I don't have this set up right. Hold on. It's a kind of a, I don't know which this is from. It would be shot. It was some kind of painted, artistic. Susan Foreman will know it. She is our Stampin' Up! Guru, and she will know its name because Susan always knows the name of those things. But anyway, that's the paper that I'm going to use to cut my simple with. I know I often tell you to use a solid color, but I want to show you that something this subtle would be okay too. The reason I like solid colors is because it stops the photo from drifting off the page. It like frames your photo nicely. But we can do this. This will work. And I'm choosing medium cardstock because that's what I cut Stampin' Up! Stuff on. Even though I am no longer a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'm still a huge Stampin' Up! Product fan. No worries, my dear. Put you right on the spot. It may be retired anyway. It's something I've had for a while. So I can't promise you when I use something that it will now be current in all situations. All right, we're going to let it cut this out, and then I will bring you over there when we get to the vinyl, because it could be a hot mess. You never know. I did not test any of this. Good job, Sandy. Painted poppies. I didn't know you were here. Hello, hello. Welcome. How many Stampin' Up! Demonstrators do we have in the house? Susan? Lana? I know a couple. Shannon? I am taking off this from the mat. Now remember, Shannon, yep, Pat, Sandy. I was going to ask Sandy, you still are? Yep. See? We're all Stampin' Up! Crazy fools. It's great product. Truly great product. And I have enough to last me a lifetime. Okay, so let me change this up to this. All right, so look at all our camera angles. Golly. So I am going to try our vinyl on this. Right, Shannon? I know. Well, and that's what's great about it. It's a great, if you would like to make it a business, you can. If you would like to just buy for yourself, that's a-okay too. Okie doke. Alright, so now I have to edit you to vinyl. Don't leave it on cardstock. And I'm ready to go. Okay, fingers crossed. I don't know. This is really tiny font. I love this font, but it's really thin. It's called Sacramento. Well, and I especially think now, I just heard every single one of you said, I have so much stuff I don't need anything new. Well, if you're selling product, then that's not what you want to hear. For me, it's exactly what I want to hear. I want you to have stuff you need to use, and I want to show you how to use it. I just feel so much better when people can use what they bought. And this is a big investment, this little baby. I want you to use it. I don't want it to just sit there and frustrate you. I read so many stories of people who say they're frustrated. You're going to use it. You are. You may not ever run out, though. It's going to be a long winter, though, Shannon. The raining yesterday has kind of pushed me into the, oh, what's coming mood. How do I want to do this? I think I want, I'm spinning paper here. How do we want to do this? Like that, I think. That's what I thought I was going to do with it. Your Cricut? I know, Tammy, me too. And when we were talking and you said how much you were addicted to your Cricut, and I thought, oh, so am I. If I would just acknowledge that and be true to myself and realize that, I'd be a happier lady. It just took me a bit. I'm very guilt-ridden. Oh, but I should, and I could. But you know what? I can love other things. I just don't need to, like I can have a job and I can have loves. So, this is my job, and I'm happier than a seagull with a French fry. I didn't get to design anything yesterday. That was my original plan, was I was going to hole up in the house in the afternoon. But I did a sleepover with the girls on Saturday night. This is Grace's last week of school before she goes to first grade on Wednesday. And so her mom had like this whole schedule of a week of fun for Grace Kai. And, oh, I think we did okay. Oh, it looks great. All right, so, I can't, Marion. I try, and I just literally can't do it. You've all heard me walk away, and so this time I've set it up that I can't waffle. There's no waffling. That's honestly one of the reasons I left Stampin' Up! Was I didn't want that nagging feeling saying, but you could, but you should, and I didn't want that. So I just said, well, okay. I'm not leaving you. I just walked over to get a trimmer. I just said, well, you know, fix it so that can't happen. Now there's no going back. Well, I could, but no, there is no going back. There is a way. It isn't completely impossible, but no, I don't need to. I have everything I need. So we had our sleepover on Saturday night. which it wasn't bad. I mean, like they really did good. I had both girls. Lou decided she didn't want to stay and she wanted to go home. Lucy is 3. So we weren't surprised by that. A quilt square for a sign. Oh, you did? How did it go? I heard that you were doing it. I read that you were doing it. Awesome. All right, so time for my least favorite project. You've all heard me say this. I don't really like reading, but I can do it. But when you see this, you're going to see how teeny tiny. I wonder if I can zoom in a little. Can you see that better? I can't decide if I like this or if I should put my tile back down. Oops, we missed some. There's no way you could have done this out of paper though. You know, like it would have been a nightmare. And it would not have done well. Someone told me about the light pad some time ago. Tell me, yes, you like it? Is it something I need to add to my list? See, I need to add to my list. I convinced my husband I don't need anything, so this will be good. I don't need anything. And now I'm going to be telling you I need a light pad. Come on, number 5. So when you're doing this, if you decide that like this number 5 is kind of thin, you might want to go in and offset just that part. I can show you how to do that in a sec. Yeah, this 5 is kind of temperamental. It's pretty skinny. Also, what you can do as you're going, no, it's not a thing. Okay, I guess I don't need it then. You know, like once you get some of this up, cut it away and get it out of your way. You could do the whole, why this 5 is giving me a hard time. Ooh, that looks better. Come on, you can do it, number 5. I know you're really little. So if all else fails, you can always go back in and cut just a 5. I should have written it instead of the number. It wouldn't have been so thin. Phew, there he goes. You're just so temperamental. Why? I can't look at you guys while I'm doing this. And then yesterday, Mom was all worried about the storm, so it was kind of a day. So I literally came home, curled up with a blanket, and watched Hallmark Channel all afternoon. I didn't work at all. I didn't do anything. I just curled up and watched it rain and stayed cozy. I know a lot of you have done caregivers, so you get this, but she's pushing me. My mom is 89. Those of you that don't remember or haven't kept track. She has macula. Don't you forget. And I think she's just really bored. Oh, cool. Right. Not going to go get it. I know. Everything has to be right here. So Mom's been struggling. So we started an adult day, I guess an adult daycare. I don't know. I keep calling it. It just feels weird to say that. But she seems to be doing well. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's only been 4 times that she's been. So, you know, we'll see. And she's one of these who, oh, it's great today, and then tomorrow she won't like it. And I'm on the edge of saying I need to have more help. I can't do this all myself. So That's another reason I need to do what I love. I need to be happy in my craft, and I wasn't. We're getting there. I guess weeding is not necessarily, oh, phew. It's not necessarily an on-camera skill here. Okay, so there we are. Now I just have to pull out those centers, but this never could have been successful with paper. It just wouldn't. And this is not a Cricut font. This is one I downloaded. And that is my other advice I would give you, is if you're doing something with little skinny fonts, pick a Cricut one. You know the machine can cut it. You know it's going to go well. I did this because I wanted to test it. I wanted to see how it would work. This would not cut this well out of repositionable vinyl. It cuts well out of this. Out of the 651. Oh, Tammy, I am so sorry. Oh, no. Does she go places with you? Mine has been, and how old is she? I should know this. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sure that won't be easy for you to try and take care of her if she's anything like mine. So are you quarantined too? Because she lives with you, right? Oh, Tammy. Is it just the two of you? I just asked you 15 questions. I'm sorry. Right, I'll just keep reading. You type for a minute. This looks so cool. I can't wait to see it on that paper. And what I love about using vinyl on anything, cards, scrapbooks, you name it, is it looks almost like it's embossed. It's like heat embossing. It just looks so cool. We're getting there. Almost. Goodness. Brian Baumler, how did you have a longer quote for me? I had to pause the TV last night and get the computer out and write it because I just thought it was the coolest thing. Other people may not think it's as cool as me, but I tend to feel like there's a lot of seagulls plucking my french fries lately. Okay, almost. Anybody see anything else I missed? Oh, me too. Tammy, we will keep you in our prayers. Do you have any ideas where it came from? I've been worried about our church group. Because some people, I mean, I don't know. I've just been worried about it. Is she sick with it? Okay, we got it all. She's 81. Ugh. I was just watching the CDC thing at the end of the week, and they were saying that I'm not even going to say what I thought they said. Something about that even when you're just diagnosed, that they are now authorizing some of the cures, but definitely I hesitate to say any of those, any things. Call your doctor. Which isn't as easy as said. I heard that the other day too, that, well, you should talk to your doctor about it. And I thought, that's not easy. Oh, Tammy, I'm so sorry. Poor dear. Is she on anything? Did they give her anything? A cold is hard at 81. You know, it's just hard to do. Tammy, you're in Arizona, right? Vermont's supposed to be like, you know, this wonderful, we're, you know, like we're leading in vaccines and everything else. Yet we're really high right now. And I think it's because we have such a touristy location. So I'm really not going anywhere. All right. Something for the cough? Yeah. Okay. There we are. So now, my transfer tape. Again, Expressions Vinyl. It is my fave. Let me do it. This is my second one since I started using Cricut in 2014. Now, I don't use a ton of, I don't use vinyl every day, but this little sucker lasted a long time. Now, what I do, when I'm going to put the vinyl down on paper, is I kind of follow the chalk couture theory about fuzzing it. I don't want my transfer tape to be so sticky because I don't want it to stick to the paper. So I stick it to my shirt a little. I want it to pick up the vinyl, but I don't want it to be crazy. And then I burnish this. Oh, that E, I missed the centers of those two E's, but I'll live with it. All right, bring you over. I might be able to get them out here. Let's see if we can. Ooh, I can. There's one. Ooh, good. There's two. Did I miss anything else? This looks kind of messy. All right, cool. There is a theory that people reverse weed that way. Yeah, I know, Jeannie. That's what we're thinking too. With Grace starts school and then Lou starts preschool and the baby is 2 months old. Sarah did have the vaccine while she was pregnant and she's breastfeeding, so we're hopeful that that will protect her. Now we're going to slowly, and I like to kind of roll it back. Oh, look how cool. This just, honestly, I love the way it looks. It is a little bit more work, but it probably isn't. How hard it would be to do this thin a font. Unless I did it on sticker backed paper, that might work. Kate did, Kate's my photography daughter, and she had 2 weddings this weekend of people that had put them off from last year. So they went really well. They were smaller than they had planned before, but they were really happy. This 5 is the bane of my existence. So tell me what you think. I know there's a glare. I need to switch the light. Do we want this to be a lighter color, the Surface desk? it's under a silly umbrella and everything, but it's still glaring. Almost. The smart paper, the smart sticker paper, Jeannie, I have not. Have you done it? Do you like it? Whoops. I get excited and then I take that with me. I don't like this glare, you guys. I gotta work on this. Look how cool that looks. It just looks so official. Love it. Dark's okay? All right, good, Pat. It's the glare that I got to do something with. I know. I do miss my old counter. Kate is going to use it in her... Kate started just before COVID a house that they were going to flip into another Airbnb. She has one Airbnb here, and she bought this old house and was going to fix it. Well, clearly it's been a different adventure, but my counter's going to go in her kitchen. It's definitely an interesting place that she's creating. I mean, Kate's my artsy girl, and it's really cool. Oh, I love that look. Yeah, the glare is terrible. Let me try this. Tell me what this looks like. No, that's too dark. How about over here? Let me work on it. I got to do something with it. You know what it is? I have the light is right above this table, and I think it's too much. Ooh, I have a way to test it. Hold on, let me see. Oh, all right, I will have to give that a try. I know, Marion, I do miss it. So the plan is to tile this top. What I did was, let me come back to me. What I did was, it was this long tile. It was 6.5 feet long, and this room is only 10 by 10, so it was kind of big. It was fine, and I'd have Cricuts on one end, but I only used like the middle of it. So I decided that now I have a 4-foot desk and a 3-foot desk on an L, and it's working better, but the glares makes me crazy. So I will work on that. Well, thanks for coming tonight. Make sure you grab your free files. And Monday nights we will Cricut together. We'll see how it goes. Who knows how the project will be. Put in your requests. Tell me things that you like, things that you'd like to see. And put in your requests for classes too. I have a lot planned for the holidays with different projects to do. Somebody asked me they wanted to do signs. We will do more signs. More simples and embellies are coming. I'm excited to be doing what I truly love and doing it for me. So I'm good. And I hope all of you are too. Tammy, you and your mom will be in my prayers. Please keep us posted. I'm so sorry. I know how busy you will be trying to keep her comfortable. And I pray that you don't get it, because you can't be a very good nurse if you're not feeling good. So you take care, and we'll talk to you all soon. Bye.